Hello and welcome. Welcome to Crown Chat. If it is your first time, welcome. If it's your second, third, fourth, fifth time, welcome back. I am Nichelle Miller, your host of the evening, and I am also your Pure International Elite Ms. Heartland USA. And I am so excited for tonight's Crown Chat because we have a very, very special guest coming on. So what happens on Crown Chat? We talk about things royal and random and sparkly and a little bit of everything. So hopefully you have your favorite beverage. I am drinking, I think it's strawberry water or grape water. I don't know. It's a fruity flavored water tonight. And I'm really excited about seeing everybody here in the group tonight. So what happens is you can ask our guest anything that you want live. You can comment on anything you want live. You can ask anything about her title, about my title, about the system, anything at all. So tonight we are going to be talking about Pure International, which I am very excited and blessed to be a part of. It's been life-changing for me since joining in October. And we're going to get into it. So as soon as my guest arrives, my guest is in a different time zone. So we just realized that I'm on Eastern time and she's on a different time zone. So as soon as she gets into the studio, I will throw her on. But I'm seeing some people come into the room and I just want to welcome y'all. So good evening. Good evening. Good evening. So I see you, Miss Kim, welcome. I don't want to mess your name up. Lashira, did I say that correctly? Welcome. Miss Tyree, welcome. So excited to see some new queens and some returning queens. As you guys are posting your comments and your questions, I'll be able to see them and bring them on the screen for our special guest. I met this lady. We had a Pure International Christmas in, I'm going to mess up the name, Gallipolis, Ohio, which is about 3 hours away from Indianapolis, I believe. Yeah, I got your name right. I believe so. I was able to go to that this past Christmas, and we went into town, and in the center of their town, they have this beautiful Christmas light display, and it was seriously, you guys, like a Hallmark Christmas. So when I got there, I met this amazing queen that's going to be on tonight's show, and we just had a ball. We were carpool buddies for the weekend, and I got to hear a little bit about her story. We talked a little bit about my story. She was part of my wild driving because I was in a town I didn't know, and there were areas in the town where you would lose GPS signal on your phone, and so we were just kind of winging it, but we had an amazing, amazing time. So I'm excited to share a little bit about that. And about her and everything else. So while we're waiting, let's see, I got everybody in. We're looking good. If you are watching the replay of this, please feel free to comment and to ask your questions because we will get those answered for you later as well. But in the meantime, how are y'all doing tonight? Everybody have good weather today? I'm in Indianapolis. Where are y'all from? I know one I have on is from Cincinnati. Miss LaShire, where are you? Miss Tyree's in Indianapolis, but she might be traveling. And these are queens. I'm sorry, I'm calling y'all miss. Y'all are all queens. Where are y'all located? Let's see where everybody else is. So today it was about 70 degrees, and we got to go walk for a bit. And then tomorrow it's going to be like 40 or 50, I think. So if I have a cold by the end of the week, that's probably what's going to be going on is the crazy weather. Yeah, so that's what's going on. So waiting on our guest, Queen Ronda Jean. Oh, Delaware. I have family in Delaware. Beautiful today, a little chilly, but beautiful. Oh, amazing. Amazing. I love it. I love it. So yeah, hopefully your weather stays nice the rest of the week. My son's in Texas and it's supposed to get, I think he said they're going to be in the 80s the whole week. So I'm a little bit jealous of that situation. Did we take Chloe with us for our walk? No. Chloe is our toy Yorkie. She just turned 2 last week and has never been outside. She's such a diva dog. We took her outside for the first time last week for a walk, and I'll have to post the video of that. She doesn't steer her little body very straight, and she didn't like it. We actually did 2 walks last week, and the second one, she like put her little brakes on and didn't want to go outside at all. So no, Miss Kim, Chloe did not get to go out for the second walk because she was being difficult. So not to her. Let me see. Check my messages, make sure my guest has not messaged me back. She had everything ready and was like, hey, I got an hour. And I was like, no. Okay, she's ready. Come on. She's coming in the room. Come on in the room. Okay. All right, we're ready to start. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So She's going to tell us a little bit about internationals, which are coming up for us in July at Orlando. And she was actually there last year. So we'll get to hear a little bit about that, and a little bit about what she's doing now, and see her beautiful crown and all the good things. Okay, she's logging in, y'all. Bear with. Okay, she's getting logged in. Love my crown. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love it. It's so pretty. While we're sitting here waiting. So our director is Miss Pat Miller, and she designed these herself. So love them. Oh, she's here. Here she's here. Let me put her in the room. Hello, Queen Ronda.
Hello.
How are you?
I am good. I am not tech savvy at all.
Girl, you are here. We did it. We did it.
All
we
right.
are here. I am so excited. So I've been killing time and just making small talk with our group that's on already, and trying to get the room warm for you. So tell us who you are. Let's just start there.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. I am Ronda Graves, your Pure International Classy Miss USA 2022-23.
I was telling them how we met at Pure Family Christmas with my wild driving and all.
Hey, if I can ride with Kelly Buckley, who is also a pure queen, I can ride with anybody.
You were so mellow with it too. You just jumped in and went with it. So tell us about how you got your title and kind of how your journey with Pure began and all that.
Oh, it's been a long time. It took me 5 years to get the national title, so I have worked really hard with it. 5 years ago, I was at just a local hometown pageant, and the director at that time was Latoya Geeter, and she was a judge for our pageant, for that pageant that I was at. And after the pageant was over, she came out with her beautiful crown and sash, and I was like, that really grabbed my eye. And I said, well, tell me about this Pure International. And so she told me about it. And when she told me that it was faith-based, community service-driven, and family-oriented, I'm like, okay, the crown and sash is beautiful, but this is what I've been looking for years. Well, I say years, ever since I started doing pageants, which has been about since 2014, 15, something like that. And so when she told me all that, I thought, this is the pageant for me. I've done state pageants before that would lead to a national title. And I was always, I hate to say I was embarrassed, but I was shunned, I guess you could say, for speaking about my faith in interview. And my directors at the time said, oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. I'm like, well, that's who I am. And so with Pure International, I am free to talk about my religion, or my faith, shall I say, faith in Jesus Christ. And so that is just the kicker for me, you know. So
I love it. I love you. And where are you at? So tell us where you are.
Okay, I am in Lamar, Arkansas. It's a small little town in Johnson County. It's between Fort Smith and Little Rock. So if you go through there on Highway 40, Interstate 40, if you blink, you'll miss us. And I'm just a country girl, so sometimes I say y'all and yins, and that was another thing that this other pageant system that I was in, they didn't like me saying that. And I'm like, but that's me. That is who I am. And in one of my interview questions, they asked me if there was anything I would change about myself, what would it be? And I said, there's nothing I would change, because I am the way God created me. Yeah, I would like to, maybe be a little bit taller. There's bigger hands, because my rings are only a size 4. And so it's very hard for me to find jewelry that I can wear without having to get it sized. So,
Girl,
but I am the way God created me. So I'm happy with that.
I also wear a 4. When our wedding rings came, I'm looking at my husband now. I was like, this is a toy ring. This is wrong. And then I put it on. Yeah. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So One of the things I love about Pure that you mentioned was that it's faith-based, it's community service driven, and it's family oriented. So, and then along with that, we also are encouraged to be the impact in our communities and in the world. So, what is your, there's many pageants call it a platform. I know for
Mhm.
us, we call it an impact project. What is your project?
This year, my Be the Impact project is Sleep in Heavenly Peace or Sleep in Heavenly Places. And what we do is we make bunk beds for kids that may be couch surfers, which is kids that go from home to home. They don't have a bed for themselves, or for somebody it may be underprivileged homes where you multiple families living in a home, and maybe kids were sleeping on the floor or on the couch. They just don't have their own bed. And so what we do is we make bunk beds free of charge, and we give them to children in need.
I
So,
love that.
yes. And my impacts changes every year, seems like, but I still continue the projects that I have started with, whether it was the backpack program, the blessing boxes, beauty bags for teen girls for their hygiene products and stuff. I still continue those product or those Be the Impact projects, but I like to start a new one up and still continue on with that. And I absolutely love helping my sister queens with their Be the Impact projects as well, because I think it's important to help one another out in everything that we can when we can.
Absolutely, absolutely. You mentioned this a little bit. So you've done other pageants, and then you've joined Pure. How
Mhm.
would you suggest someone find their pageant home or their place? Kind of, I mean, you mentioned how this just was, it was you, but how can other girls find their pageant home?
I would say know yourself first. What are you looking for? What are you wanting to do for your community, whether it's community service or maybe, I mean, you've heard maybe the saying crown chasers. People are just looking for the crown. Speaking of crown, mine's crooked on me. But anyway, um, know yourself first and don't limit yourself on what you can do. Don't tell people, say, oh, well, you can't do that because you're a plus size. I will tell you right now, and at first I was ashamed of myself, but again, that's the way God created me. I won this international title weighing the most I've ever weighed in my life, and that was at 200 pounds. And so know yourself and don't weigh from what you believe in. So, like example for me, it's Christian faith based. And I'm not going to go out and do another pageant that's not that way, because that's not who I am.
Mhm. I love that.
So
I love
seek
that.
yourself. And
I love
there's
that.
pageants out there that are different for everybody. You just got to know yourself and know what you're wanting.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Now I know this, but our ladies watching don't know. When you're not all glammed up, what's your day job? What do you do during the day?
I am the Lamar High School uh, ISD instructor. I have been that since 2017. Now, before that, I've been the special ed paraprofessional, and I've been at Lamar for 30 years now. So, and I absolutely I loved working with the special needs kids. That is true and near dear to my heart, and I still work with them when and where I can. But I also have a love and passion for my ISD kids. Um, they're the ones that come in. They may have a hard day, just they just need to sit and relax type thing. They may be getting in trouble for smoking, vaping, cussing at a person or fighting. And
Mhm.
so it has really been a blessing to me. Back in 2017, my boss had asked me if I would take on the job as the ISD instructor, and I said, no, because I've known special ed my whole life, and I said I'm just too strict. And he goes, well, that's what these students need. They need somebody that loves them, and but is still firm with them.
Mhm.
And so I said, okay, let me go home, pray about it, talk to my husband about it. And I did. And God just opened up the doors for me. He said, Rhonda, this is a different mission field for you. And I said, okay. So I went to my boss the next day and I said, is that still open? And he said, yes. And I said, okay, I'll take it. And he looked at me like, you're crazy. But it truly has been a blessing to me. I have kids that call me Mama Bling, Mama Rhonda, and they tell me they love me. And I tell them I love them every morning when kids come in. I greet them every morning with a hi and how are you and everything. So
I love it. I love it. All right, we're
thank
going to
you.
switch gears. We're going to go into our
Okay.
20 question segment. So these are just
Cool.
random. Some are pageant, some are not. But okay, question one. If you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would it be and why?
Probably goofy because I am goofy, And one of the judges asked me one time, tell me a word that describes you. And I said, loyal, blah, 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 the pageant questions. And
Yeah.
then, okay, well, what would your students call you? I said, Goofy. So I would love to hang out with Goofy because he's
I
just a
love
fun
it.
loving guy and he's just happy go lucky.
That's cute. I love it. What is one thing people would be surprised to know about you?
Hmm. Probably that I got married when I was barely 16 or 17. Anyway, I got married my junior year of high school, and we are still married for after 40 years. We're still married. So,
I love that. I love it. I love it. And your husband's so sweet. I see you posting
oh, thank
pictures. I'm
you.
like,
Yes,
so cute.
he's my high school sweetheart.
I love it. I love it. Coffee or tea?
Tea, Arkansas sweet tea.
Okay, sweet tea.
Yes, I'm a
Got
Southern girl.
it. If you could have a personal assistant, what would you have them do?
I would probably have them do me something on the computer because like I said, I'm not tech savvy, and I would like to have a web page set up for me. So my daughter actually set up my Facebook account for me because I didn't know how to do it.
That's what kids are for. It's all good. It's
Yeah,
all good. um, if you can have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
definitely bacon.
Right.
Bacon goes with everything,
I
and a
love it.
queen's got to eat.
Uh, Preach, preach, preach. Okay. If you could have your own TV show, what would it be about?
Well, I would play off of the Golden Girls because Marsha Trammell and Jennifer Henson are my Golden Girls, and so is Sherry Granger. She's my other Golden Girls. We're the complete four.
I love it.
So
I
it'd be a
love it.
spinoff of the Golden Girls, definitely. And
And
I'm
would you,
Blanche.
I just said it. Speaking of you being Blanche, y'all, we were at Walmart and I walked away to do something and come back, and she's like picked up some man at the Walmart. And
I
she
didn't pick him up. I just never meet a stranger.
never, never, never.
I never
Okay.
do.
If you competed in a pageant that required talent, what talent would you perform?
Well, I have done singing before at Pure Internationals. I sang one of the songs that one of my best friends from high school, she wrote a Christian song called "Look in the Mirror," and it's just talking about looking in the mirror and reflecting on yourself. And does everything you do, does that please God? So basically, that's what I would do is sing a song.
I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
Would you rather be a superhero or the world's best chef?
I think I'm pretty good at cooking already, so I think I'd be a superhero.
Okay, okay. Do you play any instruments?
No, I do
Hmm,
not. I
I
did
want.
take piano lessons, but my teacher was kind of mean. She would hit the back of our hands.
Ouch.
So yeah,
Would you rather have the ability to fly or be invisible?
I think I'd rather fly
Yeah.
because I just sometimes I run late, as you can see tonight. But I was cooking supper for my husband, so I would like to fly. That way I
Makes
could
sense.
fly to Florida and be with my friends, come and see y'all, and
That would be
just
good.
go
I would
wherever.
like that. I was going to ask, the next one was, are you usually early or late?
I'm usually early. I really am, but I didn't know it was an hour difference. So I'm thinking, oh, I've got a whole other hour
I'm
before.
glad I noticed you. I was like, girl, wait, it's 6:58. Okay. What's your favorite midnight snack?
Either ding dongs or Oreos.
Oh, and it's National Oreo Day.
Is it?
It
I knew it
is
was National Dress Day. I didn't know it was Oreo Day.
Oreo Day too. Yeah. Yeah. What's the best dish that you can cook?
Oh man. Like I said, I'm a good cook. My husband says I cook just like his mother, which is the best compliment you could ever give anybody. I like a lot of queens like my chicken Alfredo. That's what I like to fix for my queens. I am mean at making apple pies, homemade pies, but nobody can be in the kitchen because I have to roll out the pie crust and I don't want it to fall. And if somebody's in the house, I always blame it on them. It's falling. You're in the house, so get out.
I love it. If
Yeah,
you
my
can
husband will come in the kitchen. He'll look. Oh, never mind. He'll turn around, walk out. I'm like,
he doesn't want to be at fault. I love
he
it.
knows not to be in the kitchen when
Look,
I'm cooking.
mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
If you could eliminate one thing from your daily routine, what would it be?
Getting up of a morning. No, I would like to get rid of my thyroid medicine.
Same,
because I'll have that the rest of my life.
same,
So
same. Are you left or right-handed?
I am right-handed, but I can do some things left-handed. I drive left-handed and I deal cards left-handed. So I'm kind of
Hmm.
ambidextrous.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Could you live without your smartphone for 24 hours?
Yes, I could. I lived I lived out what we call in the boondocks or the sticks. I lived for nearly 7 years without any kind of phone. It was like 5 miles, 10 miles to the nearest phone. So yes, I could do without it.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I don't
Yes.
know if I could do that. You're good.
Oh, I
You're
could.
good. Team
Yeah.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone. That's what I have.
Have you ever gone to a Walmart with a stash sister and found her sniffing strange things?
No, but I did find Marsha hiding in the Christmas trees.
You
We did the "Where's Waldo?" but it was "Where's Marsha?"
you found me sniffing strange stuff.
Yeah.
That one thing I thought
That
was something else, and it was.
we're not gonna go there on that one, but yes.
What has been your favorite appearance as a title holder?
I would say "Night to Shine," which is a prom for special needs, adults. Tim Tebow's "Night to Shine." I've done that for several years now, and I
Same,
absolutely love it.
same. And were you crowns this year? Was that your job?
Yes, I donated the crowns again this year to all the queens, and I got to help crown them.
I
Yes.
love that.
Yes.
I love that. What sport would you compete in if you were in the Olympics?
Probably cheerleading because I was a cheerleader in the 5th grade, so and I love cheerleading, and cheerleading is a sport. I don't care who says it's not. It is.
It is. It is.
It is.
It is. Everybody watching, please, if you have any questions for our queen, pop them in. I'll make sure she sees them. Let's kind of go back to pure stuff.
Okay.
So you're in Arkansas. You guys just had regionals,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Okay,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
it's my understanding because I know here in the Midwest we still have some titles available.
Mhm.
So if someone's interested in joining the journey, what should they do next?
They can either contact me or Miss Pat, either way, at www.pureinternationalpageants.com or see me on Facebook.
Yes. Okay, so internationals are coming up. You've been before.
Yes, ma'am.
What should people expect, like newbies like me? What should we expect that week?
Expect a lot of hugs. Expect to make a lot of friendships that will last you a lifetime, and just expect to have fun. We call it having some of us call it having church. Some of us call it having a family reunion because that's really what it is. It's a family reunion.
Mhm.
And there are queens that have been there since day one, and they come back every year, whether they're to compete or just to work as uh, the volunteers that Miss Pat has or on
Mhm.
staff.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, we have a question here. Okay.
Woohoo. What is my biggest learning curve in pageantry? I would say learning to be yourself and don't try to be somebody that you're not.
Yeah.
And like I said, I embrace my size. I'm anywhere from size 18 to size 20, and I have really learned to embrace that.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever worked with a coach as you were in different pageant systems?
No, I mean I've had a director, but never a coach.
Okay.
I've never been coached.
I was just curious. Some people have had coaches that try to transform them into something they're not. And so I really
Hmm.
appreciate your, feedback of just be yourself. So
Hmm.
awesome. Oh, we have another. Hey, Catherine, what are you doing on? All right.
The international pageant will take place in Orlando, Florida this year, and it'll be July 14th through the 21st. The phases of competition, the mandatory ones are, sorry, is fun fashion or national wear, costume, evening gown, and interview. And then there's like 180 optionals that you can do, which
So
I
many.
highly suggest you do optionals too because they're super fun.
So many. I was looking through them. I was like, oh my goodness. Like there's a Lego optional.
Yes,
And I was telling my husband, he goes, oh, I would kill that. I'm like, it's not for you. Stop.
he can do it. I believe he can do it.
He can, but it's my week. It's my
Okay. You don't want to share the glory, huh?
yeah, it's my week. Okay, let's see. Oh, we have another one. Oh, good question.
What makes me nervous when I compete? Hmm. Well, what used to make me nervous was interview. And like I said, because I was always told, you don't need to say that, you don't need to say that. And interview used to make me nervous, but it
Mhm.
doesn't make me near as nervous now because I am myself and I am you get what I see, what you see. You
Yeah,
get me. So,
I love it. I love it. Hey, Becca. So our teen Miss Heartland is on. And
okay. Hi, Becca. My favorite part of competition. Hmm. It's either evening gown or fun fashion. And just because I like to dress up. Because I'm a
Mhm.
country girl and so I get to dress up every once in a while.
Your and I'll have to post a picture for everybody. Your state costume or regional national costume last year. What was the
Mhm.
inspiration for that? And it had the chandelier
Mhm.
like sleeves.
Yes.
Tell
Arkansas is known as the Diamond State, and so my costume was the Diamond State, and so I had a huge headdress that was diamonds. My dress was silver sequins, and then I had, like you said, chandelier diamonds hanging off my arms.
it was beautiful. How did you get
Thank
that to
you.
Florida?
I just rolled it up. I know how to military roll clothes. I'm an Air Force brat, so I know how to roll things up tightly.
I'll have to message you when I'm packing.
Oh, yeah. I did a video a couple of years ago on how to pack, so I have to pull that back out.
Yes, please. Please. Okay, here's another question about Pure.
0 to however. So the Princess program is 0 to 4, and then the actual competition is from 5 and up. So anybody can do it, any age, doesn't matter.
Yeah. And she is our classy Ms. And can I just tell you how sassy that classy bunch is? I think for Pure Family Christmas, there were like 5 or 6.
Several, yes.
There were quite a few classies, and they're very sassy. So I
Yes.
think Miss
We are
Kim,
also known as the sassy, classy, chassis ladies.
that's the group to
And we
be
do
with.
have the most fun, and we have been the biggest division the last 3 or 4 years,
Wow.
which is go ladies, woohoo.
Woo, woo. I love it's awesome. Awesome.
And
Okay.
I believe we're gonna be the biggest one this year.
Oh my goodness. It's because y'all are sassy, sassy,
Oh,
classy.
yeah. Yeah. And we
So
we are the best friends.
and it's the neatest thing. Like this is the only pageant I've been in where I've seen where everybody is friends.
Yes.
And it's like, you're competing together. I mean, yeah, you're against each other, but you're competing together.
Right.
Which is the neatest thing. And everybody's authentically happy for the person that wins.
Yes, we've had ladies that their dress have gotten left in the back of the Uber car, or they've ripped their dress, or they've gained weight and they hadn't tried the dress on since they put it on last. And so we've had sister queens step up, offer them their gown to wear, or jewelry, or shoes, or whatever. And they may be even in the same division, but they
Wow.
still share their stuff with everybody. And that's just what I love. Everybody helps everybody.
Y'all, it is totally different. If you're in any other system and you're looking for that thing, it's
Hmm.
totally different. It's life changing.
I
What
also
would
love that we pray before we go on stage. We all get in a group and we pray for calm nerves and that the judges will see us.
yeah.
So I absolutely love it.
So different, so different.
Yes.
And so different.
Yes.
So, what would be your advice to someone that's like thinking they're not good enough to compete in a pageant or they're not glam? I mean, you are very glam, Miss Arkansas.
No, thank you.
So what would be your advice to that person that feels they're just not there? They're not ready.
Don't listen to those negative thoughts in your head. Don't listen to the naysayers.
Yeah.
If I can do it, you can do it. Yeah.
Sure,
So
sure.
just don't listen to the naysayers. One thing that also helps me when I feel like the world is bombarding my brain or whatever, I love to listen to K Love radio station. And I feel like whatever I put in here will come out here. And
Mhm.
so
It's good
listen to
advice.
the positivity will go out. So,
Great advice. Oh, we have a really good one.
what is your favorite Bible verse? Oh, oh, goodness, that's a good one.
That is a good. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
that's a good one. There's quite a few.
I don't know. There's so many. Probably She's Clothed in Dignity would be my favorite one.
Gotta love some Proverbs. Gotta love Proverbs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we do have a Proverbs 31 group, so
I was gonna say,
just a
speaking
little
of
plug
which,
in there.
so tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the Proverbs 31 was created, I believe, 5 years ago, something like that. And what we do is we take up money for our dues, which is $50 a year for the queens, and that money goes to benevolence funds, somebody that may not be able to pay for their electric bill, uh, their water bill, anything like that, if they need food, medical bills. We actually had a sister queen last year whose husband passed away, and so some of that money went towards getting her home back to her husband, just different things like that. And it's a scholarship program for the teens, and so that's also a blessing too.
Yeah. And I love, because I was exposed to that at Pure Family Christmas, and I was like, oh, I'm in this. And I love that each week we have a different Bible devotional that we're
Yes.
working on. So,
Yes.
so encouraging. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you something else about that. Last year, internationals, well, it was nationals at that time. Now it's changed. They call your name, first thing that runs through your head.
Well, last year was kind of like a whirlwind for me because, like I said, that was the week that my best friend's husband passed away. And so, really, that whole week, sorry,
It's okay.
that whole week is kind of like a blur to me. Um, but when they called out my name, I was like, okay, yes, thank you. I wasn't, I guess I was still thinking of Marsha and her family. And I wasn't thinking about me, and I wasn't thinking about winning that crown. That was really the farthest thing from my mind, was winning the crown.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that I did win the crown, and I'm coming back this year to win the international crown.
He's coming back with a vengeance. So
I am.
will your competition be different? No, you'll just come
No.
back and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
With
Everybody's will be the same.
with all those sassy
Yes.
classies.
Yes.
That group, they're kind of an ornery group, y'all. They're a sweet ornery group.
We're not ornery. We have the most fun.
They're a sweet ornery group. Like if something's going on, it's like, what are y'all doing over there? But they're the sweetest little group. Okay, awesome. So, looking at internationals, have you finalized all of your wardrobe yet?
No. Well, yes and no. I have a seamstress that's making all of my clothes this year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. So I actually went today for some more fittings for my costume. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Oh, I wasn't going to ask.
But it's going to be
Oh my
and
gosh.
so, yeah.
Y'all, the costumes, you'll have to go on the Pure International website and just look at some of the past costumes. Because I was looking and just like, oh my
Very
goodness.
creative. Very creative. Actually, I will tell you a little bit about my costume.
Okay.
So one of my students that I had in my classroom, ISD, she's very good artistic, very artistic. And I said, honey, would you do me a favor? Would you draw me my costume, my national costume? I said, this is what I want, this, this, and this. And then I drew a little stick figure with a little triangular dress, like a kindergartner would do. And I said, this is what I want. And she comes the next day, and oh my gosh, the drawing that she did for me, I started bawling. I said, you captured exactly what I was wanting. And so I'm really excited to show everybody at nationals my costume. So one of my students did this for me. So
Oh my, that's amazing.
yes. Yeah.
Wow.
She just hit it out of the ballpark.
Wow.
So I'm excited. I wanted to bring her to nationals, internationals with me, but I don't think her parents would let me.
Oh,
So,
maybe.
because she's a minor. So yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. So don't have your wardrobe finalized. Are you flying or driving?
I am driving this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually Marsha and Jennifer go with me, but since I'm a national queen, we're coming up a few days early. And so I'm going to be coming up by myself unless somebody wants to come with me.
I'll be there early by myself too, so we can hang out.
Okay.
So
okay.
my husband's flying in later, so yeah.
Okay.
That'll be good. Okay, cool. So heading to Florida, you were in Florida last year. What is a must do while I'm there for this week in my spare time that I won't have? But
A lot of the sister queens like to go eat sushi. I don't like sushi. I don't like fish, but they like to go to the sushi train that's just inside the mall there, and they have this big old conveyor belt that all the sushi comes around. You just pick out what you want, and you eat that. But
Oh, I'm gonna have to
I
hang out
like
with
to
this group.
shop, so I'll be doing some shopping.
I have to hang out with that group because I wanna
Yeah.
I wanna eat the sushi train. Okay, perfect. Let me make sure I didn't miss any more questions. Any more questions for Queen Rhonda while we have her on? Y'all, you're getting a celebrity right here in Crown Chat tonight.
Aw,
Y'all better take advantage. And she didn't know what this show was about. I asked her, and she's like,
mm-mm.
"Yes." She just jumped on.
Yeah.
You're very brave. I'm very.
Any oh, anytime I can share about Pure, I'm all in.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna wait and make sure. Oh, okay. So let's go back to Pure Family Christmas because that was my first event, really.
Okay.
What was your favorite part of that weekend,
I
or your
think
top three? Let's say top
my
three.
favorite part was being with Gavin. He used to be one of our little kings, and he loves Special Olympics, and so he's just very near and dear to my heart. And just being with him, going around taking pictures with Mary and Joseph, that he just I just look forward to that every year. And I finally got to be with him and Mary and Joseph. So that was probably my favorite part, just being with Gavin and Mary and Joseph.
Definitely,
And then
definitely.
meeting you, of course.
That was
We
fun.
know us. I mean, I absolutely fell in love with you when I first met you. I thought, this girl is awesome.
Ditto, my friend.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
Oh,
I miss you too.
we
I
I
love
mean,
you.
I mean, his mom, she's so awesome. She did the polar plunge with me this weekend.
Oh, well,
So
thank y'all for doing that. Like I said, Special Olympics is very near and dear to my heart.
it was cold, but it was so worth it. So worth it.
I've done some freezing for a reason. I've never chickened out. So
Have you plunged before?
yes, I have. I actually got my sister to do it one year, and bless her heart, she plunged and she was trying to get up, and the waves was taking her down, and so she fell in. She couldn't get up, and I just
Um,
kept going. I'm like, "Bye, sis." And so I was going on. My husband comes along and scoops her up. She goes, "You was going to let me drown, wasn't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." But
Shame
yes,
on
I
you.
love freezing for a reason.
Shame on you. All right. So what's coming up for you? I mean, we have a few months left in this, I guess, pageant year officially. So what appearances or events do you have coming up that people can support and cheer you on?
I will be doing some judging and some pageants coming up, and still working. I think it's April 18th. I think we're going to have our first day of building bunk beds. I'm really looking forward to that, building bunk beds. So
Awesome.
I'm always doing, as I say, God's work. I'm always doing Pure's work.
You are.
Whether it's just talking to people about Pure, just making appearances. So
Every week I look, I'm like, there she goes again.
yeah,
There she goes again. She goes again.
all of my Saturdays are booked up in March and April.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You have the crown for a reason. You may as well work, is what I
Yes,
say.
you're crowned to serve, not just to
Yes.
wear the crown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, here's a good question.
What does the international title involve?
I think so. Just to clarify, so in the past, it was called nationals, and the ladies would
Mhm.
compete. All the state regional queens would come in and compete for a national title. And then this year, it's changed to internationals because Pure has expanded. It's my understanding because we in the UK and Australia and all these
Mhm.
other countries. So now everyone comes in and competes. Is that I'm making sure I'm
Yes.
okay.
Well, we've done that, but I believe we are in 13 countries this year. We added 2 or 3 this year. I believe Haiti was one of them that we added this year. And we have competitions in not all of the states, but pretty much most of the states. And then we have,
So
live pageants, and then we have appointed titles as well.
So all those countries are going to come together and compete and do all the things
Yes.
for a week.
And I
So
love it when not New York, goodness gracious. Um, when Italy and all those people from, that talk really proper in English, and I just love it, and I'm like, "I wanna hear you talk some more," and they're like, "I wanna hear you talk some more." I'm like, I'm just a country girl." I'm like, "Oh, but we love it." I'm like, "But I love your voice too." So meeting
so,
the international queens from other countries is amazing.
so awesome. It's so awesome.
It is a lot of fun, Jessica. Yes, it is.
So, how can people follow you and follow your journey?
Okay. You can follow me on Rhonda Jean Graves Facebook page. That's my personal one, or Pure International Classy Miss Arkansas, or not Arkansas. Sorry, I used to be Arkansas. Pure International Classy Miss USA.
USA. Putting that in the group
Yes.
so people can follow.
Okay.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Any last minute? Making sure I didn't miss a question. Okay. Any last minute pieces of advice or tips that you have for anyone watching? I mean, because we still have titles. We still have titles
Yes.
available.
Yes. We still have appointed titles that we can do that we can hand out. I'd say hand out. You have to purchase your original title, with $3.99, and then pay your $150 down towards your international title as well, and then
And
make
then you
payments
can,
on the rest.
and then they can be in Florida with us.
Yes, yes, with me and you and
That
all
would
the
be
other
so
sister
fun.
queens.
Everybody else. Yeah. So
Yes.
fun. So fun. Okay. Well, Miss Rhonda Jean, I want to thank you
Yes,
for
ma'am.
being on with me. You are
Thank
such
you
a
for having
blessing
me.
and you're such a breath of fresh air. But it's not over yet because we
Nope.
conclude with an onstage question.
Wait, there's more. For
Are you
$2.99.
are you ready for your onstage question?
Yeah. Yes.
You're gonna kill this one. Okay. If you could say one thing to all the women in your state, what would you say?
Mm. God loves you. I love you. Be you.
Oh, that gave me the feels and the chills. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you. Short and sweet
Y'all,
and to the
y'all,
point.
please follow her journey. She is amazing. She is always doing something. She is always before we end, I know I said that was it, but you are an amazing little community go-getter for like fundraising and donations. What are your
Mhm.
tips on that kind of thing? Because that's a hard thing to do. Well, probably not for you because you don't meet strangers.
No, I never meet a stranger, and I'm always looking for stuff to do.
But
Follow your sister queens. There's several of them out there that are, making cards for the people in the homeless, or not homeless, but the nursing homes and stuff. There's always stuff you can do. Look and see what the other sister queens are doing. Implement that into your state, your area as
Mhm.
well, along with what you are doing as well.
Awesome. Awesome. You're just a little rock star.
Well,
I adore you. You got in my car so bravely, and we were just all over the place. It was a very fried green tomatoes, like Tawanda. I mean, we were just all over
Tawanda.
the place.
Well, I'm saved, so I'm good.
Just love you.
I'm ready to go anytime, so I'm good.
Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching the replay, please ask any questions. I will make sure to get them over to Miss Ronda to get those questions answered and share any comments and love that you guys have for her. Next week, I have Mrs. American Elegance, Lindsay Gutierrez on, and that one's going to be a really great show. She is a living organ donor, and she is just getting back from Mount Kilimanjaro next week. So that's going to be a
Wow.
great show. So thank y'all all for being on. Queen, I can't thank you enough.
Oh, thank you for
You're
having me.
amazing. I'll be following your journey and I'll see you in Florida with this incredible costume. I can't wait. I can't wait. And
Okay.
y'all, thank you for tuning in. Everybody have a great night. And remember, never dull your sparkle because someone else can't handle your shine. Good night,
That's
y'all.
right. Good night.